With the heat arriving, you're probably thinking about something that will really cool you down, but without having to turn on the air conditioning and without your electricity bill going through the roof. And that's where a category that a lot of people don't fully know about comes in. Appliances that blow air and also work with water to cool the environment down, using very little power. The problem is that there are two different types, and it's very easy to get confused between them. To make it simple for you, in this video I'm bringing you the 5 best ones you can find right now. I'll tell you about their features and their pros and cons, so you can get a sense of which one fits you best. As always, I'll leave the links to all of them in the description. With that said, let's get into the list. The first one we're going to look at is the EVVO Clima AC650, which at the time of making this video you can find for around $55. It's the cheapest option on the entire list that comes from a real brand, and it's a good starting point for understanding what this whole thing is about. This is a tank-based evaporative cooler, and it's worth explaining how it works, because it's not an air conditioner. It has a tank that you fill with water and inside, a wet panel. The appliance passes the room's air through that panel. The water evaporates, and the air comes out a few degrees cooler and with a bit more humidity. The best part is that it barely consumes any power, so it has nothing to do with the cost of running an air conditioner. The AC650 has a power of 65 watts, a tank of just over 1 gallon, and 3 fan speeds. It oscillates automatically up to 70 degrees to better distribute the airflow. It has wheels so you can move it around the house without any effort, and it includes 2 cold packs that you can freeze and put in the water to make it cool down even a little more. Given its size and price, it fits really well in a bedroom, a studio, or a small room where you spend a lot of hours. And it's also a good way to try out whether this type of appliance works for you before spending more. Keep in mind that it's a good idea to empty the tank and let the panel dry out from time to time to keep it in good condition, something that applies to all the evaporative coolers on the list. In conclusion, the EVVO Clima AC650 is the ideal option if you want to get started with this while spending as little as possible and cool down a specific area without any hassle. That said, having a small tank means it won't last long between refills, and you can tell it's a basic model with no display. If you want something more modern and much more efficient, the next one is going to interest you. We move up a step and arrive at the Cecotec EnergySilence 5000 Cool Wave, which right now goes for around $85. It's still a tank-based evaporative cooler like the previous one, but it makes a big leap in technology, and on top of that, it's from the most recognized brand in this type of appliance. The big difference is in the motor. Instead of a conventional motor, it features a direct current motor that only consumes 28 watts, which is very little, so you can have it running for hours and hours without noticing it on your bill. On top of that, it adds a tank of just over 1.3 gallons and no fewer than 12 different speeds, so you can adjust the airflow with a lot of precision, from a very gentle breeze to a stronger current. Another plus is that it oscillates up to 360 degrees, meaning it distributes air in every direction, which is quite rare at this price range. It's controlled with a touch panel, has an LED display, a remote control, and a shutdown timer of up to 9 hours, so you can set it before bed. In conclusion, if you want a modern evaporative cooler with very low consumption thanks to its direct current motor and the convenience of oscillating in every direction, the Cool Wave is a very solid buy for the price. The tank of just over 1.3 gallons is a bit on the small side if you want it for a very large room, but for everyday use it more than does the job. And that wraps up the tank-style tower models, because now we're going to switch concepts entirely. In third place comes a different kind of appliance, and this is where a lot of people are surprised. The Shark FlexBreeze HydroGo is not a tank-based cooler, but a misting fan, and at the time of making this video, it can be found for around $150. Don't let the name confuse you. It's FlexBreeze, from the Shark brand. The idea is completely different. Instead of passing air through a panel, this fan shoots an ultrafine water mist into the airflow, cooling you down directly without getting you wet. According to the brand, it's capable of lowering the perceived temperature by up to 9 degrees Fahrenheit, and the truth is that the mist is so fine that it refreshes wonderfully without leaving your clothes damp. I think it's ideal for keeping next to you at your work desk or taking out to the patio on a hot afternoon. It's a portable fan that works corded or cordless, thanks to its battery, so you can take it anywhere, indoors or outdoors. It has 5 speeds plus 2 natural breeze modes, an air reach of up to about 65 feet, and it's very quiet, around 29 decibels at its lowest. The battery lasts up to 12 hours at minimum speed, although that figure drops to around 4 hours at a medium speed. In conclusion, the FlexBreeze HydroGo is one of the most interesting things you'll see if you're looking for personal, portable cooling with a mist that actually works, all with the quality of a highly regarded premium brand. What you need to keep in mind is that it doesn't oscillate, that the misting tank is small and needs to be refilled often, and that it's designed to cool 1 or 2 people up close, not to cool an entire room. If that's exactly what you want, cool the whole room and also get the best seller, the next one is for you. In second place, we go back to the world of tank-based coolers, but with the most complete one and, above all, the best-selling one in the entire category. The Midea 3-in-1 evaporative cooler can be found on sale for around $130, and Midea is one of the world's giant appliance brands, so it's a brand you can fully trust. This model combines 3 functions in one: fan, evaporative air cooler, and humidifier. It features a tank of just under 2 gallons, which gives you good runtime and offers 6 speeds and 5 different operating modes to adapt to any situation. It oscillates up to 85 degrees, has a timer of up to 12 hours, and is comfortably controlled with a remote control. As a modern touch, it incorporates a smart function that automatically adjusts the behavior of the appliance, which you'll appreciate if you don't want to be fiddling with the buttons constantly. With its modest power draw, you can leave it running for hours without worrying about consumption, just like the rest of the evaporative coolers on the list. And since it also works as a humidifier, it comes in very handy if you live in an area with a dry climate where the air gets too dry, because it also adds some moisture back into the air. In conclusion, the Midea is the safest choice if you want a complete tank-based cooler with good runtime and a ton of features, backed by being the best-selling model right now. Like all evaporative coolers, its cooling is gentle, so don't expect the dry cold of an air conditioner. And during a full heat wave, it may take a bit longer to arrive due to the volume of orders. By the way, it's very close in price to the Shark we saw before, so the decision between the two depends on whether you want personal cooling or to cool the whole room. And to finish, let's go with the most powerful and complete of all. In first place, we have the most expensive model and at the same time, the most complete on the list. The Shark FlexBreeze Pro Mist can be found for around $250, and it's the big, serious version of the misting fan we saw earlier. If the HydroGo was the small, portable sibling, this is the bigger sibling that does it all. Its greatest strength is that it combines 2 worlds. On one hand, it's a powerful floor fan that you can use indoors, and on the other, it features real water misting for the outdoors. It has 2 side nozzles that release a fairly strong mist, fed by a portable water tank of just under 1.2 gallons, much larger than the HydroGo's. That said, that mist is designed to be used outside, on a patio or in a garden, because indoors it would wet surfaces, so it's a good idea not to activate it indoors. On the air side, it's one of the most capable on the list. It reaches about 65 feet, has 5 speeds, oscillates to distribute air across the entire area, and is controlled with a remote control. On top of that, the top part detaches and becomes a portable fan you can take to another spot, while keeping the oscillation. And since it runs on battery, it gives you an incredibly high runtime of up to 24 hours. In conclusion, the FlexBreeze Pro Mist is the ultimate option if you want the best of both worlds. A good breeze indoors and powerful misting to cool the patio on the hardest summer days. You have to accept that it's the most expensive, that the mist only makes sense outdoors, and that it's missing a few extras like height adjustment or phone app control, but as an appliance for beating the heat, it's one of the most complete you'll find. I'll remind you that you have all the links to the products in the description to check the exact price of each one. And if what you want is to cool your home without spending too much, click on the video on the left, where I'll leave you another list with more affordable options. Take care and see you in the next video.